Warning. This podcast may contain strong languages for mature audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello everyone, this is the B13 NerdCast of Randomness, and I'm your host, Brandon Belanger, and this is the podcast we talk about everything and anything, and guys, this is Nerd Suggestions. And today on Nerd Suggestion, I will be talking about SpongeBob, but hold on, I forgot to mention, we have a special guest helping me out with this. None other than my coworker, none other than one of my good friends who loves SpongeBob, who can do the Patrick voice very, very well. None other than Daniel Mossey, or as I like to call him, D, not T, D Rex. How you doing, Daniel?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing good. You ready? You ready to talk about some SpongeBob?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on the show, man.
Yeah, not a problem, not a problem. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the Wikipedia on the show, and then you're going to do the Wikipedia on the movie.
Hold on one moment. I think we should appreciate my Patrick voice.
That's his Patrick voice. I can't do any SpongeBob voices, so I'm not going to even try. But yeah, huge SpongeBob fans. This is one of my favorite episodes, and I saw this sweater, and I got it for him for Christmas. Figured it's him. You know, why not? Why not? Well, let's get on with the Wikipedia now, okay? Spongebob Squarepants, also simply referred to as SpongeBob, is an American animated comedy television series created by marine science educator and animator Steven Hillenburg for Nickelodeon. The series chronicles the adventures of the title character and his awkward friends in the fictional underwater city of Bikini Bottom. Being the fifth longest running American animated series, its high popularity has made it a media franchise. It is the highest rated series to air on Nickelodeon, as well as the most profitable property of Paramount Consumer Products, having generated over $13 billion in merchandising revenue as of 2019. It's crazy how big the show is, and if I'm not mistaken, the show's still going on, right?
Oh yeah, they've been going on for quite a while now, but I think the show is kind of like not really canon anymore.
Yeah,
it's weird. I watched recently. I was like,
yeah, they started like a camp thing or whatever now.
It's weird. It's like originally everything was like canon, and it was like the beginning. Like it was like the first like 10 seasons, and then lately it's been mixed up.
Yeah,
really.
But the show itself, like the first 100 episodes, I still have on DVD. Yes, I got Paramount Plus, and I can watch it that way as well. But the first 100 episodes was what I watched, what I grew up watching. I'm not saying the newer episodes are bad. I just like the older stuff better,
yeah.
preferably.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, no, I don't. Like, keep in mind, I love SpongeBob. And anybody that likes the newer stuff, like, go for it. Again, it's everybody. Everybody's their own person. But honestly, yeah, no, I'm with him. Like, I personally like the first 100 episodes, and like I'd say that's roughly like I'd probably say like first 5 seasons.
Yeah, first 5-6 seasons, I believe.
Yeah, this honestly is a good old childhood gem of mine. This movie, the SpongeBob Squarepants movie. It's a 2004 American live-action animated adventure comedy film based on the Nickelodeon animated television series SpongeBob Squarepants. The film was directed, co-written, and produced by series creator Steven Hillenburg, with live action sequences directed by Mark Osborne. Excuse me.
It's okay.
It features the series' regular voice cast with Alec Baldwin, Scarlett Johansson, who I actually forgot was in it, which is kind of funny.
That's crazy.
And Jeff Tambor voicing new characters, and the one and only David Hasselhoff appearing as himself. It is the first film in the SpongeBob SquarePants film series. In this film, Plankton enacts a plan to discredit his business nemesis, Mr. Krabs, steal the Krabby Patty's secret formula and take over the world by stealing King Neptune's crown and framing Mr. Krabs for the crime. SpongeBob and Patrick team up to retrieve the crown from the infamous and vile Shell City to save Mr. Krabs from Neptune's wrath and their world from Plankton's rule.
And also, if you don't mind me, I will say that the budget on this movie, I always like to mention the budgets. I always like to mention how much it made. The budget for this movie was $30 million, and the box office, what they made at the box office is ridiculous, but I'm not surprised at that time. They made $141 million. Isn't that crazy?
Paramount Pictures is like $30 million budget.
Yeah.
No problem.
No problem. We got this. We know SpongeBob was going to be a hit. And I know we talked about it at work at the JOB, and we talked about how I've only seen that movie a total of 4 times.
Can you believe it?
I know. I'm such a loser. Well, here's the thing. When I watched it as a kid, I just didn't get it. I just didn't like it. I don't know why. Then I gave it a shot when I watched it as an adult. I actually did watch it about a month ago with Kat. And I watched it, and I was like laughing, but I was kind of going like, oh my God, because there's a lot of adult, like a lot of adult content that happens on that movie that I'm just like, oh my God.
I remember one line from Patrick talking about that. He's like, "Do you want to see my underwear?" And Mindy the Mermaid's like, "No, Patrick." And he's like, "Do you want to?"
I know. And it was kind of violent. It was a little bit violent for kids, I saw her too. Not like extremely violent, like, oh, my kid could never watch this movie. There's blood and stuff like that. No, nothing like that.
It's like, I'd say that's kind of putting, I don't mean to run in the wrong direction or another franchise. I'd say like it's like
Tom and Jerry.
Well, I was going to say Nickelodeon Power Ranger level violence.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like, it wasn't even that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm with him too, honestly. I mean, they're not as bad for kids. Again, it's a whole family film, but you see the innuendos for adults, and you're just like,
yep.
I watched this as a child, and I completely missed this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is always I feel like that's the most asked question of anybody to like start a conversation.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we can be friends only if you tell me what your favorite SpongeBob moment is.
I got one right off the bat. You ready for this? It's a very popular episode. It is. It's not in the top 3 for me, but it is up there. The one. It's always going to be the campfire song episode.
Jesus.
I'll tell you, during my party days, and I would watch this episode all the time, and it never got old. The one scene that made me laugh the most was when Squidward was playing with his clarinet, and I think it was SpongeBob shot the marshmallow through the clarinet, hit him right in the throat, and he's just like,
chew,
and then you see it just go, boom. Oh my God.
Chew, swallow. There. Better.
Just the way he goes. It just goes through his throat, and he's just standing there and goes,
better. I was completely fine until you put that projectile into my windpipe.
I thought that was a funny moment for me personally. I thought that was the best one. Just
see, honestly, like, I mean, I do have one, but honestly, like, if anybody has this problem, I hope they can relate, because honestly, that's always a tough question. There's so, especially in the first 100 episodes, you're always just like, man, but there's so many good ones. Mm-hmm. And you're just like, which one do I pick? Honestly, for me, I definitely say it's from the pizza delivery episode.
Krusty Krab pizza is the pizza for you and me. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. God, I'm 30 years old. You're 24. Everyone's going to watch this and be like, wow, these guys are lame.
I know, right?
I don't give a damn.
Me either.
I'll try not to swear too much because this is a SpongeBob episode. We got to respect. Anyways, you were going to say this Krusty Krab pizza?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's actually not that scene. It's actually because for him having that moment where he laughs ridiculously, and I've had the same situation when I was at parties. and like started college and stuff, and I would always re-listen to that episode even before college when I was in high school, just like looking for something to laugh at. Yeah. And it's like, and he's like trying to convince SpongeBob to eat the pizza, and he's like, wait a minute, I know what you're doing. I'm not letting you have the pizza. Give me the pizza.
No,
get away. Give me that pizza.
No.
Give me that pizza! And he's just running, constantly like, no! And then Squidward's like running out of breath. He goes, SpongeBob, that pizza! No! He just still has energy going on for miles.
And then that guy didn't get his drink. What a jerk.
Dr. Kelp is stupid.
Yep. Oh, okay. So the thing is, you would be biased if you say SpongeBob, because SpongeBob is the main character. Everyone loves SpongeBob, okay? So you got to think, who is your secondary favorite character from the SpongeBob series? I already know his answer, so I'm just going to answer mine first. I'm sorry, but mine...
I'm not sorry.
But I just got to say, and I think I told you this off air, it's Mr. Krabs. He's one of those characters you hate him, but you love him. You love to hate the character. You love him because like you care for him, of course, just like any of the other characters, but you hate him because he's so damn cheap. It just bugs the crap out of you, and you just want to slap him, especially like the paint episode when he says, "Oh yeah, this paint will never come off," and then it actually does with saliva. But, he got his comeuppance on that. And also, the other episode that comes to mind is the stupid dime episode. And I say stupid because he's complaining about a damn dime. And he shows that he's a cheapskate. But it's one of those characters that you love to hate. Just like wrestling. There's a bad character. You hate the character, but you love it. You love to hate. Mr. Krabs.
I can give you 10 good reasons why I can't let go of a dime boy.
Right? You'll be 10 cents richer.
Exactly.
All right, your favorite character, which I already know.
Well, see, honestly... Anyway, no, my favorite character, and I'm going to get a lot of backlash because I know that some people absolutely hate him. But
especially someone that lives with me and is upstairs right now.
Is the one and only Patrick Star. Reason being is just because, yeah, he's a starfish, but you have to understand with starfish and like science, basically, long story short, they don't really have a brain. They're basically, yeah, I could be wrong about that. I'm not a marine biologist, but anyway, that's just Patrick who he is. Yeah, he can act dumb and really stupid, but the thing is, like, that's why you love him, because the thing is, like, he's just childish and he's just one of those characters you just want to hug.
You're right. If I was a mother...
This would be shocking.
This will be shocking.
This will be daddy! No, but I actually, when I went to Universal Studios, when I saw the SpongeBob Land, I saw they had Patrick Star. I was more excited to see him.
I gotta say, and I'm not trying to embarrass you, but the truth is, every time I mention about Patrick, I talk about that time you went to Universal Studios and you saw Patrick and you were doing your voice. I'm sure the guy who gets paid a decent amount of money wearing that Patrick costume, he's going along with it, but I'm sure in his mind, like...
This guy is crazy.
Is this guy okay? Is he on drugs or something? We need to know.
Did he take a little bit before
he
left?
No, just drugs. Just drugs.
No, that's what I meant.
No, we don't do that.
That's drugs.
No!
I don't do it. I'm not saying we do it.
No.
I don't do drugs. I'm just saying.
I don't do drugs. What kind of question is that? Of course I would.
Well, some of us aren't really a good cook.
I'm a good, decent cook. I can cook.
I would say you're better than me.
I can tell you, Kat will tell you this. I made a pretty good burgers recently, so...
Oh, yeah, no.
I'd make
and I've had his food. Really good.
Yeah.
Me? This is going to sound like such a turn off with some other ladies. I'm lucky I'm able to make macaroni and cheese sometimes.
So
I'm learning, though.
So here's the deal. I'll make it. You try it. I'm the cooker. You're the chew tester.
Let's have a special episode.
Chew tester.
Dude, hell yeah. Mermaid Man.
Barnacle Boy. Okay, here's the thing. If you got to really know us, he is definitely Mermaid Man.
Barnacle Boy!
Like, literally. I love this kid, but sometimes I just want to...
Evil!
I just want to strangle him! And I'm definitely Barnacle Boy. And I'm not saying this to be mean. He's a heavier dude. I'm a skinnier dude, so it just would make sense. But I can see myself joining the evil for being his sidekick. Sorry, I had to throw up a little bit. Anyway. Evil! No, but he is definitely Mermaid Man, 100%. I would be Barnacle Boy.
Oh. This again, this is going right back to what I was saying. It's like, okay, this is what's going to start our friendship. You have to tell me what the first 3 episodes of your favorite SpongeBob
you go first.
episodes.
I have to think about that for a moment.
Well, obviously, I've said it before. Honestly, the pizza episode is one of my favorites. It's one of the ones I grew up with.
Okay.
Like the most watched for sure. The second one, the second one for me is the Treatum episode where SpongeBob and Patrick go to Sandy's house, but Sandy's hibernating, and it's basically you know that stupid thing.
I'm warm.
Oh no! Better yet. I say I'm Dirty Dan.
Oh yeah,
and I use that all the time at work. With just like I'll either do quotes like I say I'm Dirty Dan, and he's like, "Why do you get to be Dirty Dan?" And I'm just like, "Cause I'm dirty."
Dirty.
And then sometimes he'll just hear the okay, Pinhead, your time is up. We call Pinhead.
Third episode.
All right, third episode. And my phone's beeping. Leave me alone.
I'll edit that out.
I definitely say the third episode would probably most likely be. I know you're actually wearing the shirt. Actually, the Hashling Slasher episode. Tell me that you didn't love this episode growing up.
It was the best.
And you tell me you hate that episode. You were a liar.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to burn in hell. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
Okay,
But
in actuality, like you cannot say you hate this episode.
It's the best episode.
There are a lot worse episodes than that. This is probably a gem gold episode. And I'm also, being a huge nerd of SpongeBob, I am looking at the behind the scenes of how they made this episode is actually freaking hilarious. It's great. You gotta get like the first 100 episodes on DVD. I think they have them like most stores like Walmart, Target.
Yeah.
They probably have it behind the scenes. I don't know. I know with the disc I had, they talked about the behind the scenes for that episode. And it was actually really fun.
Yeah, I bet. I gotta have to watch it.
I think that's honestly like the coolest thing, honestly, for like the writers of SpongeBob, because they get to do so much creative stuff.
Yeah.
Like this and have so much creative freedom.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I think that's really for any TV show. I think that's the cool thing about it. And that's why we love it, because like they have these creative minds, and sometimes they think alike, and sometimes it brings stuff that's like completely new to you, and it's like, that's actually really funny.
My top 3 episodes. Number 1, you already said it. Hash-slinging slasher episode. I gotta say, I love majority of the episodes of the beginning of SpongeBob, okay? But the ones that I love the most would probably be the more scary, and I do air quote because they're not scary, but I guess you can say quote-unquote scary story type of episodes of SpongeBob. So the hash-slinging slasher was great because, the whole just repeating.
SpongeBob, I was joking!
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden, the way he told the story and everything starts happening, and the whoa, ooze green slime. Oh wait, they always do that. I don't know.
What was the third thing?
But I just loved it. It was funny. It always made me laugh. It's like one of those episodes I can watch over and over again. And it's kind of true when you do work at night, okay, and you gotta take out the fucking garbage. You can say, "I'm not afraid of the dark," but you are. Don't lie to yourself. I'm a man with tattoos, okay? I gotta have the fan on, okay? I'll put on a nightlight. I don't care. Make fun of me. Fight me. Bring it. All right, we're getting off subject here.
Who said that? Just kidding. No.
I'll edit that out.
I'm kidding.
My second favorite episode.
Ow.
Good. My second favorite episode would probably have to be the robot episode, when they thought Mr. Krabs was a robot. It was just so hilarious. Like, thinking like,
that was good.
Okay, what, see, he doesn't have feelings. He doesn't care for love. And all of a sudden...
hey, Mr. Krabs! What is it, SpongeBob? Squidward's father
never hugged him. Isn't that sad?
Yes, I assume that's sad, but Squidward can cry about it on his break after work.
But I gotta say, my favorite part was just like, okay, what did this robot look like? And he pretty much explained it. The red eyes, they run on batteries, and they have claws or whatever like that. And he comes out with red eyes. He has dead batteries that he was gonna give to his daughter for Christmas. That shows how cheap Mr. Krabs is.
Oh my god.
And then all of a sudden he had a clipper for the eggs, and then the salt went in his eyes. That's why they turned red. But the best part of that whole entire show, or that entire episode, I should say, was when they were interrogating him, and all of a sudden they were like slapping him. I said, "Shut up, you bucket of bolts!" And then all of a sudden SpongeBob is just like, "I can't do it!" Crying like a little girl. It was great. And then all of a sudden, what color is my underwear?
SpongeBob, you have to ask him the question before you slap him.
And then all of a sudden everything was breaking, and he was just like, "That cost me $42.95, $62.67 for." Well, actually, that one was a gift. And then all of a sudden, the register. That he's like, "I got it when it was a little calculator. I loved it like my own."
My favorite part of that episode is after they see that scene where he comes bursting out the door, and Squidward's like, "Oh, one of the customers, you call the Navy." He calls him like, "Hello, operator, give me the Navy." And it's like, "Hello, you've reached the Navy's automated phone service." Squidward, the robots are taking over the Navy!
Not the Navy! But yeah, that was a good one. And then the third one, I think it's really underrated, personally. I think it was a very good one. I guess you could say it was quote-unquote scary type episode. But when Mr. Krabs, again, being cheap, every one of them had to do with the Krusty Krabs and Mr. Krabs. But I gotta say, when he was doing a yard sale and he sold the #1 hat.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
And then he sold it to SpongeBob for $5, and then people were telling him it's worth more than, and he's like, "I'll give you $500 for this hat." "I will give you $1,000 in cash for such hat."
"Fair? I'll give you $1 million for that hat."
SpongeBob!
My favorite part of that episode for sure was the graveyard part. He digs up the #1 grave of Smitty Wormman Jensen.
That was awesome.
He's like, "Hey,
and then
that's my hat, man. Give it back."
But the best part of that whole episode, besides that was also good. But the best part was just,
I'm not a shopping list.
No. He's just like, it's like, oh my god, it's a fucking shopping list! I'm not a shopping list. I'm a ghost. It's just like, it's just so stupid that it's funny.
I just loved like the the scene I was mentioning, all the zombie or bonefish surroundings. Like he's talking about like them like tearing apart their guts, like talking about every zombie film, and then
that's disgusting,
man. We just want the hat back.
God. You're damn right I would.
Hell no.
I would.
What?
I want to make that money, baby. I want to make the profits. I want to make the money and make Krabby Patties come to Plankton. And I want the Krusty Krab to go out of business because Mr. Krabs is a cheapskate. Even though I love Mr. Krabs, but he's one of those characters I hate. You love to hate. So I want to see that son of a you-know-what go to bankrupt mother you-know-what. So, boom! Screw you, Mr. Krabs. Plankton's taking over. Podcast out. You can go next.
This man is officially banned from the Krusty Krab for life. Krusty Krab!
Get out.
No, but honestly, I wouldn't, honestly, because the thing is like, you have to understand, I know Plankton's trying hard, and I guess he's trying to make a reputable business, but especially if you watch, I know you haven't, but if you watch the second SpongeBob movie and previous episodes, you can just look back on and see what kind of food he makes. Like, first of all, the quality, like, keep in mind, he uses,
with the technology that he has.
Yeah, keep in mind, this is a super genius, and a little guy who's a super genius, mind you, apparently.
And he always messes up on trying to get the formula.
He messes up making the formula. You look at, and most importantly, his food. There's a reason it's called the chum bucket.
Yep.
It's nasty.
It's chummy.
I would rather eat the dirtiest thing at McDonald's than that.
Yep.
Like, literally, and you want to give the Krusty Krab formula, probably the jewel of the ocean and the jewel of everyone's childhood, and you want to give that to a little guy who apparently is a genius but doesn't know how to cook for shit.
And you know what? Okay, we're going to get into this Plankton character, okay? You know how SpongeBob, and I'm talking about the creators or the show, whatever, you know how they treat Plankton? They treat him like the bunny from Trix cereal and the Trix yogurt, okay? He's just trying to do his best to make money, okay?
To be fair, he also took over the entire town in a SpongeBob.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the pause, like the sadness, okay? I feel bad for Plankton. I really do. Yes, he's an evil genius.
The first episode where we saw him come in, he mind-controlled SpongeBob against his will.
Okay, I don't care. You gotta feel bad for Plankton.
No!
You want him to succeed, but I feel like that show doesn't want him to succeed. We get it, it's part of the show. But make that man, you hear me? You make this... Can you hear me? Make that man a millionaire, please and thank you. End of discussion. Hey, Kat, what's up, baby? Ah, snap!
Fancy meeting you guys here.
Yeah, welcome. Well, I guess they want to know your own opinion. The show, a.k.a. me, the B13 NerdCast of Randomness. Anyways, you know I'm a huge SpongeBob fan. You know Daniel is. Uh-huh. And sometimes we talk about it in a good amount. So I figured we need to know your thoughts on SpongeBob. Where do you stand when it comes to SpongeBob?
So... I do like SpongeBob. However, there are a few characters that I don't care for. My favorite thing about SpongeBob is that there's a lot of innuendos that adults and teenagers would get, so it makes it funny for everybody. Mm-hmm. My least favorite part would be Patrick Star. Fuck Patrick Star. I absolutely hate him. I think he's an idiot.
Bye-bye. Adios, amigo.
Oh, it's fun while lasting. Goodbye, everyone.
Continue what you were saying.
And so I'm very logical, and I feel like Patrick Star is just way too oblivious. Even so, I like SpongeBob. He's alright. His laugh is really annoying.
Just like it's supposed to be.
But I feel like at least he's smarter than Patrick. For me, I always related to Squidward because he's serious. A starfish! And he's just... I don't know. I think all adults nowadays can relate to Squidward.
Now, 2 more questions. What was your favorite episode and why?
So actually, my favorite episode is this guy right here, the...
Bubble Bowl.
Bubble Bowl. Because I really like the song, actually. The guy does such a great job singing, and I was really into it. So I normally don't like musicals or any shows that have any, like, song performances in it, but they actually did a really awesome job.
Hey, welcome back, Daniel. She was talking about the Bubble Bowl.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I want to say thank you for coming on for a little bit on your, your feelings on on SpongeBob.
This has been the Cat Chats.
Your opinion on Patrick will be noted.
So anyways, that is our show, and I want to say thank you for checking out this podcast, Daniel. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
And Pat, thank you for giving your own little opinion. We call this Cat's Opinion on SpongeBob.
Cat Chats.
Cat Chats. We'll call it that. Whatever we're going to call it. But I want to say thank you guys for being on for a little bit. I love you, and thank you for being on the podcast, making your podcast debut. It's great. But now we are going to end it like this. Guys, if you want to check out the B13 NerdCast of Randomness, make sure to follow me on the Facebook page, which is B13 NerdCast of Randomness. And if you want to check it out on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It is www.youtube.com B13 NerdCast Randomness. And also, if you guys want to just check me out on Instagram, this is another social media I got. If you want to check out some pictures on Instagram or find out when the episodes are going to be uploaded, please check out the Instagram. It is called B13 Nerd. That's right, B13 Nerd. NerdCast Randomness was kind of too much that I just couldn't put it on Instagram. So I just put B13 Nerd. But yeah, check me out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All right, thank you guys so much. This has been great. It's great to have you guys. And I think it's time to let the dogs out.